If you don't have the opportunity to buy an existing brand off the shelf in order to garner attention, try naming your brand something funky. And here we have the Ora Funky Cat, which has come all the way from China. There are two versions of the Ora Funky Cat. You get the 300 Pro with 310 kilometers of range, and then you get the 400 Pro Plus with a range of around 420 kilometers WLTP. Starting from around €32,000, it includes features such as facial recognition, voice recognition, 360-degree cameras, adaptive cruise. You get that as standard, and as for colours, you get it in Starry Black, Moonlight White, Aurora Green or Mars Red. "64 kilowatt charging allows up to 80% charging in less than 45 minutes. If you're using a suitably fast charging point, you'll fill the battery in around 4 hours, while a 7 kilowatt home box will do the same job in around 7 hours. While city driving is its ideal environment, it's competent at higher speeds too. It handles a small motorway hop in its stride, but it's more suited to nipping in and out of tight spots in congested cities and car parks. The Ora feels firm and controlled, but the steering is too light and feedback is limited. The Funky Cat is capable of one pedal driving, but the full regen mode won't bring you to a stop, which is handy in heavy traffic. The ride is firm and comfortable, and body control leans heavily in the corners. The slow, light steering robs the car of any feeling of agility. It isn't as quick as a Peugeot E208 or an MG4, with the 0 to 100 km/h time taking just 8.3 seconds. Inside, the interior mixes chrome, ivory plastics, and it's all wrapped in a neat interface. It has face recognition, which will save your driving preferences and set them when you sit in the car. Most surfaces at eye level are soft touch. The body colour matching the microsuede material that lines the dashboard and door cards feels nice and squashy. The seats are upholstered in a bright synthetic leather too, the colours of which, while a nice change from the darkness of some modern cars, can be a personal choice. The Funky Cat gets a 10.5-inch digital driver display with clear, sharp graphics, even if the numerics could be a bit bigger and easier to make out. While it's easy to set up a decent seating position, you may still be missing part of the screen due to the top of the steering wheel blocking visibility. You get lots of kit, and included in this is a 360-degree camera as well as keyless entry, LED headlights, 18-inch wheels, and climate control, and you get wireless phone charging. Adjusting the temperature has to be done using the screen. There are some button controls on the steering wheel and the centre console, as well as a voice command system, but it's still not an easy system to use while you're driving. While there are 5 controls underneath the screen for your climate control shortcuts and hazard lights, mostly you'll still need to access your heating and ventilation adjustments using the screen. The steering wheel is dotted with controls, which look like touch-sensitive pads, but they're actually proper buttons. They don't feel pleasant to press, however, and they have no markings, so you'll spend some time figuring them out. On the outside, there are just as many quirky details, such as the hexagons on the car's cheeks. The 50 style alloy wheels and the light bar containing the brake lights are pretty quirky too. There's a large loading lip into the boot, which makes getting heavy items in and out tricky. The wheel arches also eat into the available space. To increase the space, however, the rear seats fold 60-40, but because there's no adjustable boot floor, you're left with a fairly large drop from the seat backs to the floor. Most of its rivals offer more rear space in the boot, but with the Ora Funky Cat, it's all about the passenger space. The 3-door is dead. Long live the 5-door. And while the Ora's rear doors don't open all that wide, they open into a spacious cabin with enough leg and knee room for a tall adult to sit behind a similarly sized driver. The flat floor means if you need to carry 3 in the rear, it's possible. The rotary drive selector always returns to centre, as does the indicator stalk, making it easy to indicate the wrong way. The final points to note on the Ora Funky Cat are that the lane assist overcorrects, the indicators don't auto shut off, there's only USB points, and the R&D selector has no clicks. Yet the cameras are excellent and it sounds like you're driving a computer game. But the final thing is, that safety nagging, it's just far too intense and it needs to loosen up a little bit.
Please check the key is in car. 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 Please check the key is in car.